Take control of your mind the way you do your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Feeling the power of you controlling your own breathing. The same way you control your mind. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. Good air and thoughts in, bad air and bad thoughts out. Now, let's see our vision today. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can on all the exercises and stretches we do here together today, right now. Go into the future right now. See in your mind's eye. See yourself doing the best you can on whatever exercise we do together. See it so clearly that it feels real. When that music shuts off, if you've already seen it in your mind and you believe that you can make it happen, you're going to make it real. You're going to win.
Rockets in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Party rockets in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. We just wanna see you shake that. the club, party rock. Looking for your girl, she on my jock. Now stop when we in the spot. Booty moving weight like she on the block. With a drink, I got to know. Top jeans tattoo, cause I'm rock and roll. Half black, half white, diamond now. Gang of money, open up.
Yeah, I'm running through these halls like Trano. I got that devilish flow, rock and roll, no halo. We party rock. Yeah, that's the crew that I'm repping on a rise to the top. No lead in our Zeppelin. Hey,
Party rock is in the house tonight. Woo! Everybody just have a good time.
yeah.
And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. We just wanna see you
Shake that.
La tiene Henry. Buena acción para Messi. El disparo de Messi. ¡El gol!
Good morning, guys. I remember hearing Tony Robbins in one of his videos a long time ago say that there are 6 psychological needs, human needs, that we all have. And the one that stood out for me was the one where he talks about this need for certainty, the need of knowing that everything is going to be okay. So we all have that. And I believe that one of the things that can improve our lives immensely is understanding some of the stresses, anxieties, worries, doubts, fears that lead to, in some cases, addictions to food, sugar, you name it, anything. We can become addicted to anything. But there's a great power in that addiction. And what it is I believe, is that we have a certainty. We know that if we do that thing, we're going to feel a certain joy, a pleasure. Well, I'm telling you that the greatest certainty we have is that we can use determination and that power and channel it to do something great. Have a great day, everybody.
I'm going to cover reinventing your life today from a slightly different perspective, from the perspective of more of what I do in my high performance coaching experience. And I hope it will help you. It will be a guided journey through a set of questions that I hope will help you figure out where you are in that scale of needing or wanting or desiring reinvention in the first place, right? Because of course, if we're talking about reinventing your life, our first question should be, why do you want to reinvent your life? Is there something pulling at your heart to do something differently? Is there something that's whispering in your ear to shift a relationship or shift your focus? Is there something you just don't feel good about? Or is there something aspirational that you see and you just, I'm clear, I want that. But I do believe that when we use the word reinvention, we should start with that. And you've heard other coaches, and you will hear other coaches in Growth Day talk about that concept, right? About why would you want to reinvent your life? And can we find a way to enjoy the life we have now? But of course, we can say that, and still, sometimes we just go, I know I want to improve, so what should I do? Where should I focus? How do I think through this? So today, I'm going to give you some tools rooted in Growth Day, the app, as well as some questions that will prompt your journaling activity in Growth Day to help you find your answers. I want to begin with the framework, though, that we're always talking about in Growth Day, this belief that typically, as humans, we all just want 4 things after we're past that survival and sustenance stage. You know, we want, it's a triangle. If you've ever seen, we talk about it here a lot. That first thing we all want a greater sense of is aliveness. And I always come back to this, right? Reinvent your life for what? Well, could you reinvent your mindset, your habits, your peer group, your work efforts, so you have a greater sense of aliveness? Aliveness is that sense of vibrancy, of being, of passion, of presence in spirit in the moment. We all want to feel that. The good news is we can usually get aliveness to exactly what, Jonathan Fields talks about, which is savoring the moment more. We can feel greater aliveness when we up our health, right? Get better physical health, to have more energy, we can feel that. What else do we reinvent towards? Well, we always talk about another corner of the triangle of being about connection. Specifically, we want connection with ourselves and connection with other people. This usually is about the area of your life called relationships, right? We want to improve, deepen our relationships, increase intimacy and vulnerability, just feel more real and connected with other people. Sometimes that changes your communication approach with your partner or your spouse. Sometimes that changes your partner or your spouse. I'm just teasing you. I don't know what you need to reinvent, but it is a major area of concern, isn't it? Another major part of that triangle is meaningful pursuits, right? A sense of fulfillment or meaning in the act of progressing in our lives, or creating in lives, or leading in lives, or building in our lives. That we want meaning and fulfillment, but specifically we want meaningful pursuits. Because some people have meaningful pursuit. They actually have a lot of meaning in their life, but they're not happy. Meaning does not always equal happiness. It always throws people off. They're like, I have all the reasons in the world to be happy. I have a meaningful life. I don't know why I'm not happier. I'm like, oh, well, meaning and happy they're different things, right? What can add on to meaning to make it more happy is aliveness and connection, but also pursuit, right? We are human beings. We love to chase something. We love to build something, to be in progress, to be in motion, doing something meaningful does bring us more happiness, right? You can have happiness without everything being perfectly meaningful, right? I can eat a piece of chocolate with green tea and I'm happy. There ain't nothing meaningful in it. It's just a moment, right? So you can have happiness separated from meaning, clearly, but when we are pursuing something that matters to us and brings fulfillment, that makes a difference. And of course, in the middle of that triangle of aliveness, connection, and meaningful pursuits is growth. The sense that we are growing. Now, I've taught you this growth day model many times, so I won't belabor the point, but I do want to always re-aim us at those things, because after 15 years of coaching people one-on-one and in large groups, there's no question to me that after we have security and safety in some level, those are the things we're always striving for more of. More aliveness, more connection, more meaning, and more growth. So with all that, where do we go? Well, again, I love to come back to, well, why would we want to reinvent? Well, we want to achieve those things more. Okay, Brendan, let's get more specific. Help me think through this better. This is where I'm going to introduce some growth day tools, and then I'm going to teach you 10 questions on reinvention that I ask myself every single year, and then usually on birthdays as well. And so I'll cover that with you as well. Okay, so first, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to hop into the Growth Day app because I think this might help you if you feel like you've heard the session or these sessions, you're like, where am I? What should I focus on? I'm in the Growth Day app right now. I'm going to go to this. There's a section here called the Monthly Whole Life Score. The Monthly Whole Life Score. Now, if you filled out in the last month, it's not going to let you do it along with us here today because we built it to go every month. But I haven't done mine this month for this session specifically. So when I go into begin, what I like about this is going to ask me to look at all these different areas of my life, and it's going to give me questions or statements to see whether or not I agree with them. And it's going to help me narrow and find an area of my life that maybe needs some focus. Because when people say, where do I start? I usually say, do the Monthly Whole Life Score and see what it tells you. Start there, improve that area, because often that's the area that needs the most reinvention of your mindset and your habits. Because listen, everyone could talk about reinvention as a philosophy, but you know how it shows up in your life? How you think, mindset, and what you do on a recurring basis, habits. Right? I always tell people, you want to change your life, it starts with 3 simple things: mindset, habits, and goals. That's why we built Growth Day the way we did. Mindset. You fill out your journal, your morning mindset. prompts as an example. Habits, that's why you ask you to fill out the life scores on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, because it helps you track your habits. And then goals, which is our plan section in the app. So those things, that's operationally how we actually change our lives, right? Mindset, habits, and goals. Maybe not in that order, but you get the idea. So, okay, where should I focus, Brendan? Well, I'm going to go in the monthly whole life score with you, and I'll do it with you right now. Okay. So I'm in the app. I'm on the desktop version. It's easier to show you it here. So the first question is about health. The statements here are, I regularly take care of myself so I can feel my best. I want my overall physical and emotional health to be primed and optimized to make me feel energetic and strong each day. I strive to eat well, sleep well, and work out so that I have the physical vibrancy and stamina to enjoy life and deal with its challenges and opportunities. So these are the statements. And then if I agree with that, then I'm a 10. If I don't agree with that, I'm low, I'd be a 1. And somewhere on that spectrum of low to high is where I'm living today or in this month, and I would fill this out, right? So I'm just going to buzz through a couple different examples. That's health. Then the next thing is about my mental and emotional states. I keep a positive outlook and attitude. I'm cultivating a sense of joy and peace in my life so I can experience positive emotions and relationships. I take care of myself by being mindful to the energy, focus, and emotions I really want to experience and generate in my life. Now, why am I going through this at this level? Because I want to help you realize something. In this monthly whole life assessment, it's not just asking you whether or not you agree with these statements. It turns out the statements are actually the answers as well. The statements are actually the answers as well. Meaning these statements, based on research, are the things that create a good mental and emotional health for yourself. So sometimes just going through the assessment, you go like, right, I'm not doing that. Right, I got to do a better job at that. So for example, I could realize today, I think about my last, 3 days, I can realize this statement. I take care of myself by being mindful to the energy, focus, and emotions that I want to experience and generate in life. I'm like, that's why the last 3 days weren't awesome, because I was in a reaction mode. I wasn't being mindful as much as I needed to do, and I wasn't generating the emotions I want to experience in life. I was hoping to have the emotions I want versus generating the emotions I want. Got it. Puts me right back in the driver's seat. So I'll go through more quickly. I don't want to belabor the point of walking you through all of these, but then we're going to ask about your partner or your loving relationships. We're going to ask about your family. We're going to ask about your friends. We're going to ask about your mission. We're going to ask about the experiences in life you're creating. We'll ask about the spirit you feel, how your finances are going, what you're learning. And what it's going to do is going to kick you an overall score. Meaning I just got a 69% out of 100%. I go, that's kind of like a C. That's not an A. It's not an A plus. It's not a B plus. It's kind of like a C, 69%. And then what I can do is I can see here what my scores were all in one dashboard. Okay, I can see all my scores here. And then based on my scores, it's given me a video to watch, saying, hey, just watch this video. Sometimes it'll recommend one video based on your behavior, other times more, but it's like, dude, your job is to watch this video, because you can see up here, my lowest score was in my partner in love. And don't worry about me. I was just going through clicking. Gosh, I shouldn't have done that. My wife will be worried. And so I got a 40% in my relationship score. Watch this, the secret of successful couples. That's how targeted growth day is. Okay, so as you're going through, it's also kind of giving you the answer and then giving you a prompt. So I would say if you're going to reinvent, do the whole life score and just say, which area are you struggling with the most? Or which 3 areas are you struggling with the most? And could you improve those by adjusting your mindset, your habits, and your goals? Whenever I'm facing a major problem in my life, I don't blame the problem. I go, how can I weaponize my mindset, my habits and my goals to overcome this. Let me get clear on my goals. Develop what we call in high performance work, clarity. Develop real clarity here about myself, my social relationships, my skill sets, or the service I want to provide here. Okay, got clarity. Good job. Okay, how do I every day stoke the mindset that is necessary to show up and do well here? What habits would I have to create to learn or to deal with this? So I always want to give you that. It's like, imagine, you have a quiver of arrows in the back here. Anytime you want to change something in your life, mindset, habits, goals, that's it. That's your weaponry in fashioning a better life, because all of your life happens through those things, right? Your relationship with someone you love is actually happening through the mindset you bring into it. It's happening through the relationship habits that you have together, and it's happening through the goals that are shared together. It's always happening. Even your communication. Listen, 70% of your communication is not so intentional. It's a pattern. It's a pattern, which means it's a habit. Most of your communication patterns, that's a habit. You have a way of communicating. It's a habit, right? You have a habit of how you deal with conflict in your life. You have a habit of how you express vulnerability in your life. You have a habit of how you listen to other people in your life. And you either have explicit and conscious goals, or you have unconscious, implicit goals that you're just acting and reacting from. So more conscious goals, more conscious habits, more conscious cultivation of a mindset can change your life. This is why we say in Growth Day, we want to make self-improvement a way of life. Because how many of you feel like you got to work on your mindset every day? I've been teaching personal development for 20 years. 20 years. I still have to do the morning mindset in the high performance planner or in Growth Day's journal section. So if you didn't see that before, I'll show you that too. For those who are new, I highly recommend you just go to your journal section here, and you'll see I'm on the journal page. And if you didn't know, under journal, there's this prompt, there's this box, and it says morning mindset. And when you click on it, it asks you, to finish these prompts. One thing I could get excited about, and you can type it. If one word could describe the person I want to be today, then it would be this: someone who needs me on my A game, a situation that might stress me up and how I'll deal with it, someone I could surprise, an action I could take, something I could do outside my comfort zone. If I was a coach, the way I'd advise myself, today is this: the projects I need to take on, even if I'm not addressing them today, blah, blah, blah. You see, I just do this every day, and it keeps me focused. I still need a morning mindset prompt after 20 years in personal development? Yeah.
Take that.
Are you ready to bubble? Bubbling, everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 bubbling, dance all night, we go dance all night. Yo, are you ready to bubble? Dance all night, we go dance all night. Ha ha, me want this ya. Dance all night, we go dance all night. Dance all, dance all, dance all, dance. All right, y'all. Are you ready to bubble? Bubbling, everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, bubbling, everybody bubbling, little bubble, bubble, bubbling, bubbling, everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, everybody bubble, bubble, bubbling, 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 everybody bubbling, little bubble, bubbling, yo, bubbly, 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 bum bum bum, 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 bubbly, be bubbly, bubbly, bum, 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 bubbly, be bubbly, bubbly, bum, bubble, 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 bubble. Alright, make way when you see me pass through, and they come with me too. You don't know what to do. Drinks up, hands up, everything in the air. Everybody done drunk, there's a party over here. That's right, we drink just bubbling. Watch how we wine while the DJ juggling. He got the whole dance floor just bubbling. Champagne bottles just popping. We going on, I guess tonight we not stopping. Let's party hard tonight. So going non-stop until the sunlight. We going non-stop until the sunlight. The club done full, only woman inside. It's a good night to get we head tight. It's a good night to get we head tight. Couple up this party going for a flight. Green drinks, we don't care, we go down.
Marco. Boy, ay.
Good morning, guys. Top 10 rules for success. Today, Robert Kiyosaki, in his last page, identifies his 10 rules for success. And the one that stands out for me today is number 1. Experience makes you smarter. And then he goes on to talk about good debt versus bad debt and the value of education and understanding how to use it. You see, most of us view debt as a bad thing. We don't want to be in debt. We want to know that we are in the green column, so to speak, that we're moving forward, we're progressing, that we don't owe anything, we're not falling behind. But Robert Kiyosaki shares with us his wisdom of changing our mindset and changing the way we look at that, because he gives his experience when he first, or when he was starting out, he bought property, he bought commercial buildings, and he put nothing down, and he had debt, but every month that money would grow because he invested in something that was going to make his money grow. I hope this helps everyone. Have a great day.
I believe that there are latent systems in the brain and body that have to be activated in order for us to have a lucid or mystical moment. I've been chasing the mystical now for at least 20 years, and I think people start out in a spiritual quest for a lot of reasons. Some people want to be abundant, some people want to be healthy, some people want better relationships, and that's kind of the reason why people start. But as they start creating things they want in their life, and as they start connecting to this invisible field of information called the quantum field, all of a sudden you have a very transcendental moment, and your inner world starts becoming more real than your outer world. And those moments then leave lasting impressions in our brain because you feel the energy of that experience. And when you feel altered in some way, because you feel more electric or more alive, you pay more attention to the images in your brain, and you're starting to create memories. And now the brain becomes wired differently, and I think that you perceive a broader spectrum of reality.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because I need them. Because being around successful entrepreneurs who are pushing, who are driving, who are doing amazing things gives me that extra little motivational, inspirational boost in the morning every day to help me go off and accomplish great things too. And I hope that this video gives you that inspiration as well. So today, let's learn how to create anything that you want. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is change your beliefs with Bruce Lipton.
Reprogramming my subconscious mind to do what? Get rid of or replace the disempowering programs with empowering ones. And I go, here's the benefit. Here's the benefit of it. Once the new program is in, you don't have to even make any effort. Why? You haven't made any effort to get where you are right now. It's your subconscious been doing it all the time. So I said, well, what if you put only good stuff in your subconscious? I go, well, then without any effort, you will have all the good things that you were looking for, health and happiness and relationships and stuff like that. And that's the destination. Because you got to get out of, I'm a victim. Everyone thinks they're a victim. And I go, well, what does victim mean? Powerless. And so if I'm telling you I'm powerless, and what do you think is going to happen? And as you went like that before, and the answer is this: I'll sell you some power. I'll be the pharmaceutical. You want some power? I'll sell you this drug. Okay, I'm this guy. I'll sell you that. You'll get more power, more power. What did they do? They made us into consumers. Why? Well, I can't do it. I'm the victim. But they can get it for me. How much do I pay them? I say, well, hey, religion was based on all this stuff. Yeah, how much does it cost me not to go to hell? Well, 10% of your salary was tithing. I go, for what? They're going to protect me from going to hell. The
So
spiritual
true.
people, I go, why am I paying them 10%? I could create my own heaven, which I did. And all of a sudden it says, stop disempowering me. That is the message. Who does it go to? It goes to the medical community, that you disempower me by telling me what my future is going to be, and I buy into the belief in that first 7 years that you control my health. I don't control my health. I'd go to the doctor, and my program is doctor knows about my health. I don't. The doctor says you're going to die in 3 months, then guess what? You just put in your brain a program of, in 3 months, I will be dead, and you will. I say, will you die of the cancer they said you had? And I go, nope. You die from the belief of the 3 months, because when they started doing autopsies on people that we know they were going to die in 3 months of this cancer, and they started finding they didn't die from the cancer. What did they die from? The belief. Belief controls your life. If you believe you're going to die, you can die just from the belief. Hi, I'm Bruce Lipton, author of the best-selling books, The Biology of Belief, Spontaneous Evolution, and The Honeymoon Effect. I'm here to thank Evan Carmichael for featuring me on his YouTube channel, and I want to let you know that Evan is giving away links where you can watch the first episodes of my special Gaia series entitled Inner Evolution for free. Evan is making this offer to thank you for watching this video. You will find the links in the description section below. Thank you.
Rule number 3 is understand the 3-ring circus with Michael Singer.
Basically, there are 3 categories or groups of objects of consciousness that your consciousness is aware of. One is the outside world. If you close your eyes, you don't see the outside world. If you open your eyes, there it is. Okay, it comes in. I discussed in the book, goes deep, tries to be somewhat scientific so that we fit into an intellectual model, because everything is logical and intellectual and reasonable. So the fact of the matter is, most people don't think about this, you don't really see through your eyes. Your eyes are sensors, we call them senses, but they're sensors, just like computer sensors, that are picking up light, turning it into signals that are being sent up your nervous system, optical nerves, and then it is rendering it inside your mind. Just like you look at a flat screen TV, and you look at it in there. That's hard for us to relate to, because our mind is so intelligent that it creates 3D and depth perception and everything, even though you're actually back in here watching what's coming in. And I like to have fun with people. I say, I'll prove it to you that it's really just light that's bouncing off of objects and coming into your eyes, right? Turn off the lights and you won't see anything, because then there's no light bouncing off of things. But that's not how we think. We think it turns off the lights, therefore I can't see. No, it's because I turned off the light. There's no light bouncing off the objects and reflecting back into your eyes. It's kind of neat, isn't it? All right. So it's fun to talk about this stuff. So one thing of the 3-ring circus is there's an outside world with all of its objects, and there's a lot of objects out there. The second is that's not all you receive inside, not all you're aware of inside. You're also aware of thoughts, which I'm sure we'll be talking about deeper. So I'll just surface level it. You're aware of thoughts that go on in there. Are you not? Right? You notice your thoughts are talking to you. You notice you can make your thoughts think different things. So the consciousness, the exact same consciousness that is aware of the outside world, is aware of your thoughts. They're not separate, not categorizing it. This is the consciousness that hears my thoughts, and that's the consciousness that sees the world. You can do them both at the same time. You're looking at something and thinking about it. And your same consciousness is seeing both. And then the third is your emotions, which are quite different than thoughts, and I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But basically, emotions are feelings, they're vibrations that come up. They're not, thoughts are thought forms. You can actually see a boat in there. You can see, you don't see words, but you can hear words. They're talking to you, that voice inside your head. Emotions are not like that. They're just basically shifts in energy patterns, vibrations that you pick up, but they're very strong.
Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo para dar la alegría cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo para dar la alegría cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo para dar la alegría cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo para dar la alegría cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.
It's all a ploy in via the back door. What a wonderful goal.
Good morning, guys. All right, I want to share a funny story with you today. This made me laugh when I saw it. This is from Evan Carmichael. You guys know I'm a big fan. He's a mentor for me. And when I went to his last filming session, he showed myself and another young lady that was there his painted nails as a way of showing, and those of you that follow him will know the story anyhow, but he's got these painted nails right now, and it's not something he felt comfortable doing, but he did it anyway, and he was trying to prove to himself and to everyone, help everyone understand, you got to get out of your comfort zone. But when I first saw it firsthand, and he showed me, and I looked at it, I thought, wow, that looks funny, but then I was laughing because I thought, good for him, and amazing in terms of the inspiration for me. Once we get uncomfortable, actually we can have a lot of fun with it because we can laugh about it. So, you know, that's one of the big things for us to grow and be on this path of infinite mind wealth. Have a great day, everybody.
After working in the corporate world for around 2-3 years, that's when I was like, I don't feel like this is my purpose. I don't feel like this is what I was meant to do. I feel like I had that experience because I wanted to share what I'd learned to help people. I've learned all these amazing techniques like meditation and mindfulness, and I've learned so many disciplines, and I've learned so much incredible wisdom from this experience. The biggest challenge, I'd say, is allowing yourself to change, allowing yourself to say, I want to be more.
Yeah.
And it's okay to want to transform and change and grow. I don't have to stay stuck. I don't have to stay the same if I don't want to. And I think that's the greatest challenge that you go through, is allowing yourself, giving yourself the permission to be more of who you are.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because I need them. Because I don't always wake up and feel motivated to go take on the day. And the thing that saves me, that helps me every day, is being around people who are thinking bigger, who are changing the world, and it gives me a little more inspiration to go after my mission. And so I hope this video helps you go up to yours today too. So today's one from one of the best, Jay Shetty, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is build a positive morning routine.
What's your rituals, your morning routine? How does that pan out for you?
So I love waking up in LA because I love the blue skies, and I can usually see the blue skies. I can usually see the sun. I can usually hear some birds outside. It's pretty beautiful and spectacular. And then my morning routine, about 5 out of 7 days a week, is I wake up at about 6 a.m. every day. And then I'll be meditating from about 6:15 till about 8:15. That's usually my schedule of 2 hours of meditation.
2 hours?
Yeah, every single morning. So I've been doing my 1.5 hour to 2 hour meditation practice for the last 15 years. So it varies. Sometimes it can be 1.5 hours, sometimes it's 2. And that takes me through to about 8:15, which is when I go to the gym. And then I'll be in the gym or exercising or on a hike or something activity based for about 45 minutes. And then I begin my work day with breakfast, and then everything continues from there. So my real core parts of my morning routine are my meditation, which includes things like setting my intention for the day, getting myself primed and ready. And then I really enjoy working out now in the morning, which never used to be what I was into. But it's been a game changer to actually start the day feeling energized.
Rule number 3 is practice stillness.
I think it's so valuable to have that that space, you know. It's just, even if it feels comparatively like nothingness, but I do think there are things happening that we might not be able to express or identify that kind of prepare us for that next wave of creativity.
Yeah. And I also feel like, you know, for me, it's my meditation in the morning. I feel like that stillness, you need stillness in your day. So there's a beautiful Buddhist statement that says, what movement does for the body, stillness does for the mind. So we all know we need to exercise and move our bodies to feel healthy and fit. And so when you need to move your body, you need to still your mind. And so finding 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, an hour a day, whatever it is for you, like getting space and stillness will always feel like you're a sponge for creativity, because you're allowing your body and your mind to be aligned and talk to you. And I know that sounds strange, but it's kind of like, let's say both of you work as a team, you're a great partnership, but let's say, Lindsay, you're like running around and you're unreachable and you never turn up to meetings, and now how are you going to feel?
Pissed.
Yeah. and you're going to feel like, slow down so I can talk to you.
Yeah.
Your body and mind feel that every day. Like they're just waiting for you to slow down so that they can give you an idea, so that they can get back in sync, so they can give you a signal.
Rule number 4 is stop comparing yourself to others.
People don't understand how much negative emotions can actually affect your day-to-day life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's 3 things that I talk about, which I learned during my time in the monastery. It's in my first book, Think Like a Monk. Our teachers would call it the cancers of the mind. And so they said complaining, comparing, and criticizing were the cancers of the mind. When we complain reoccurringly, we lose control of the situation. When you're complaining, you're basically saying, I can't influence this. So when you lose influence, you lose your ability to transform your life. When you compare, you're setting yourself up for failure, because here's the thing. If you feel ahead of other people, you'll always feel behind other people in both ways.
Right.
So like, if you're like, I'm now feeling ahead of the pack, that means one day you'll feel behind. If you're saying, now I'm number 1, one day you'll feel like number 2. And so when we place these comparisons, we think when we're at the top, it will feel amazing. It won't, because if you lived your life on comparison, even if you're at the top, you're now insecure and unsettled, because you're like, what if I lose this spot? And so comparing, and then criticizing is probably the most obvious one out of all of them. Like, I remember when we were kids, we would watch people on TV, me and my friends, and we'd laugh at like, how's that person on TV? They're not even talented. Like, who are they? Who do they think they are? But then what were we doing? We were just sitting on our couches. So I remember being that kid where we were just so critical of other people. And as time's gone on, I've realized that, but that person tried. They put themselves out there. Yes, they maybe made mistakes. Yeah, they're probably not perfect, but at least they put themselves out there. Whereas I'm just sitting on the couch, you know, criticizing. And so removing complaining, comparing, and criticizing. Now, that doesn't mean you can't open up to your friends. It doesn't mean you can't share how you feel.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying you can't do any of that stuff, but I'm just saying being mindful of that can help.
And back to legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Feeling the power of you regaining control of your breathing. No matter how fast your breathing became, your heart started pumping faster. Started automatically going faster. Right now, we get to take control of our breathing. To keep our back straight, our eyes closed, and our legs crossed. the same way, we get to take control of our thoughts, our mind, at any time, which will then control our bodies and our feelings directly.
Thank you.